There it was. Right on the line with your aimed, with the exact perfect spin right there. Yeah. That a boy. That a boy. You feel that difference there? Good, Jimmy. That was damn good right there, bud. Jimmy, you're definitely getting stronger though, bud.
My misses are going a lot farther.
Yeah.
So that time was a little low.
Has this been the only club that's been really bothering you?
Yeah, basically.
What's going on the golf course though with it?
I don't know, like no confidence first off. So.
Really? Okay. I mean, the big thing about their driver is that, here, give me this. Gotta get your setup looking good. You know, your shoulders relative to your feet are a little bit open. So the left, a lot of times, just comes from where your shoulders are aimed. So, you know, people line their feet up pretty good a lot of times, but then they just, you know, with the driver, because they're reaching so far with their right side for the golf club, which is up in the front of their stance, because of the ball position, it gets them like this, right? Kind of like that. And it's just kind of, it's real easy to then trap it down low, where, remember, what gets your shoulders square is that hip bump, right? So you're doing it, but you got to make sure you do it in a way that squares you up. It's got to feel like it gets back behind it, turns those shoulders like this, and that's, you know, much more square right there, okay? So, should I send it?
Yeah.
See this golf club what these TaylorMades are all about? I mean, over the target, didn't hit it great, but over the target. But here's the big thing. When you get in here from the face-on view, watch this. It's very easy because the ball position is up here to then reach up. Make sure you set up, Jimmy, right in line with the center of your stance. Bump the hips up and back. When I set up with the ball that's in the center of my stance, it's very easy then to be square. And then I just move the golf club up to the golf ball. Does that make sense? Helps a lot of our players. We just get them to set up right here in the middle. Move it up without changing the angles. Kind of hips and hands. And then you're set up to go, okay? I guarantee you that at least helps a little bit of that feel, okay? First two swings were good though, dude. The swing itself was really solid, man. Like, yeah, and that's the one thing about it is I watch you do that on the range a lot in front of me. You have to go hit golf shots on the golf course with driver. It's the one thing, you know, for our viewer, and I hope, you know, a lot of our viewers have the luxury of being able to do that. It's a tough thing, I know, for a lot of players to go do that don't have the luxury of being at the club. You know, this is a nice place to be. Right. We can go out in the evenings strategically, and we can get out there and have our guys go hit 10 drives on a given hole when nobody's around, right? That's a nice thing to be able to do. Practicing driver is one of those clubs that needs to be done on a course too. Yeah, you gotta rep it on the range, get the feel, get the confidence, but then it's just taking that step over to the tee box, looking down that fairway and having the same freedom that you do right here, right? And then when you're on the course, when it's just one ball and you're playing for score, to have that same freedom, knowing that, hey, you know what, I'm gonna deal with the repercussions after I hit the shot. I'm not gonna back off this golf shot and not give it my all or not really swing through it. You know, just making a goal one day of having the setup perfect and then freely swinging through it probably is enough for you to hit the ball great because your swing's good enough, you know? You watch, those first two shots don't happen, as Gabe said, but you know, they don't happen by chance, you know? It's not like you showed up like swinging it really poorly and like the ball flight does that, you know what I mean? It's in there, it's just that it gets broken up when it's out there, you know, by that confidence. So how do we do it? We not only get the feeling here, get comfortable knowing that you're swinging correctly, knowing that you have the perfect setup, but then when you go out there, having a purpose to those few balls you hit off each tee box, letting that then generate some more confidence and then trusting it when you go play. So just setting up in the middle and then bringing the hands up. There you go. Keeps you a lot more square. Should just feel like but hey, that's why drives go left though when you're trying to hit like a draw.
Yeah.
It's going over there. So the train track of your swing are those shoulders. So let's get in there and let's make sure we're good.
Yep.
Get that left foot back more. Left foot. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So that's money right there. See where this was over there,
Yeah.
that was over there, yeah. Yeah, now your sub just hit that little draw bait right off the right side. I mean, one thing I would do too is like, here, hit one of these real quick. Don't let the club get too much on the outside of the ball like this. You know, when you set up, just I don't want to see that club on the heel too much.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah, it's just get the ball a little more centered up with that driver. You just kind of. And here's the thing. I don't mind. I actually, if anybody who's seen me kind of sees me kind of go like right there and kind of slot it. But the thing is, for you, what happens is that club was just kind of in an awkward spot altogether. Okay. It was kind of like right here. Yeah, it wasn't like right here. It's like this, over there actually. Yeah, it was weird, dude. I'm like sitting there looking. I'm like, that's not going to end up back at the car target.
That's crazy.
Yeah, here, get it like nestled right behind there. There we go. Left foot back a little bit more. Now we're dead square, okay? Feel that though, because that foot wants to get out in front. Yeah, you started the ball right where I had you aim. How pure was that?
I actually feel like I swing through that one too.
That was nuts. Well, dude, I think the big thing about it was that left foot gets out in front, the shoulder's over here. It's like hitting into a wall and you have nowhere to go. And I'm like, okay, I'm over here. I'm already stacked on top of it. Here's my train track, but it's like, there's just nowhere to go right there. Yeah, and you happen to.
Feeling I get, yeah.
It wasn't far off. It just was like enough to be
definitely
annoying.
Right?
Yeah, enough to where you're just like, I don't feel right.
For sure.
Just definitely 100% setup if that's what you're looking for, yes. Yeah. Oh, look at the guy back there.
Hey. That felt really good. So
like really good.
So it feels like I'm lining up to the toe.
Yeah.
But now that I'm seeing it and you pointed it out, it actually looks now that I'm putting it in the middle.
Right.
You know, but it still feels like toe.
Yeah, it was just weird because you were just a little bit. You know, it was like, I know this is an iron, but like this.
Right. So basically on
like that.
Neck.
Rather than just kind of like this. And then square. But then the club right dead in the middle, like that, okay? And then. Jimmy's got a pure swing, huh?
Yeah.
It's a super, super, super pure swing. So what's up with the, were you just getting a little off of your alignment and stuff, or what?
Yeah.
What's your process? Show me what you're gonna do. Line up over that white flag.
Yeah. So.
People ask this a lot, by the way. This is like, so we're gonna help a lot of people right now. Like, what's the process to get in there? You know, like everybody has something. Like my mentor always told me, he used to always love so much people stepping over their front, one of their feet just to kind of get over the golf ball, right? This way is the right posture, kind of making sure it goes from here. I've always been one to start with the toes together, hip joint over the ankle, and really feeling the same thing, bending over my belt, keeping my legs very straight, and then flexing downward. The nice thing is, over time, just feels so natural with what I have to do with my setup. I don't really think about it. The only thing I actually do is, I walk in, I'm really connecting my spot to my target, and I'm just getting my feet together, and I sharpen my posture as I go. But some people really need a process, Some people really want to get the grip in their hands the right way, holding it to the side of their body. Golf club and the leading edge, matching each other, not crisscross, right? Big one. From there, bringing the golf club in front of them, stepping over the balls of their feet to get to the ground. That's sometimes is good for people. But for me, I've always liked just making sure my feet are aligned, making sure the club face is aligned. I know the feeling of keeping my hips over my ankles and getting over the golf ball. But the big one for me is the trigger of the hip bump. I'm big on that, right? Yep. So I get over it, And I walk in. My feet are together so I can really draw the train track of where I want to go. I also can dictate where my ball position is. You know, I can set up with this right in the middle of my feet, center of my body. I then can move it a little bit left with the pitching wedge here where I want it. Set up, get that hip bump, and I know I'm aligned perfectly here, okay? But that's the big thing that I have my own process. You got to find yours. One thing that has helped a lot of people, though, is my process of getting those feet together and getting in there that way. Sometimes even staying open a little bit longer, Jimmy. You know, like just kind of walking in like this, getting the club face down, then getting the feet together, and then aligning, right? Let's see it.
Yeah, I kind of just do that.
What I just did, or
Yeah,
kinda,
similar to that, you know, because I used to come in with because then I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
So I used to hold it in my left hand and then come up, but then I kind of find myself like a little
Closed, yeah.
And it's more comfortable like this than it is with my left hand like this. So,
That's why I see a lot of guys come out the right, you know, it's kind of like they come in here. It's
exactly, so then I can have my dominant right eye staring down the line.
Yeah.
And I draw a line from the target like a putt. So I just kind of feet together. And then whatever club it is, that's distance apart, and then how many steps forward and back. So driver would be small step, big step, or you know, wedge, small step, small step.
So pure, the starting line there. Hey, the one thing about, like, I think the big thing, though, is one thing about people's feet, you know? Once you get those feet set, you don't want them set. You get them in there, and it's like, okay, even though, like, this might be right, I keep those babies moving, right? I get in there until I'm feeling like, hey, I'm feeling the ground there. Here we go. Okay, I'm ready. Hip bump. Thought that wind was going to hit it a little bit more.
So, yeah, I'm hitting it pretty good. It's just
That's so good.
like with short clubs like this, sometimes I find myself tugging it or like over spinning it, like overturning it. Like it starts off like a couple yards right of my target, like on where I'm aiming, it'll just like cross the target foot, you know?
Okay, is that a common thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to like limit curve.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
Yeah, see kind of like, I'm hitting it good now, contact-wise.
Yeah, like real good,
just
right?
like that, you know?
Okay. Okay. So, the number one thing, like right here, watch that with hands. See, they kind of drop down behind you. Okay, and a club's still in a good plane. But what's happening is the golf club's releasing from back here. It's not releasing up there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what happens is your club gets too low too early and then turns through. That's why it kind of gets like a little Healy contact, and then kind of just, because the club's working in to out to the golf ball, and it goes like this, like that a little bit, when it just needs to be more here, hands out this way, as opposed to here, hands fall a little bit that way, and then throw the club. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Get up here, feel the hands move out with your body. Get up here, hands move out with your body, meaning they're staying in front of your body center. So when you turn here, there, okay? Don't let them, that's a big one. Okay, so when that happens, and then it goes, right? Kind of gets released back in here, and then right there. And that's what gets that look.
Yeah, the overturn left.
Yeah, and it's like heel draws. Yeah, versus, you know, watch the difference here. A little more turn, a little more chest out in front of my hands, or hands out in front of my chest. Okay. You can see it's just more kind of like this way, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And that should help me finish on my left side better too.
Yes,
That's also a thing I wanted to ask you about.
because you're back in here.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, get over there. Exactly. Get over there. Get those hands left of you. Get through it. It cut, dude.
Yeah. My right spin for sure.
Here we go, right back in there. There it was. Right on the line what you're aimed with the exact perfect spin right there.
Yeah.
That a boy. That a boy. You feel that difference there? Good, Jimmy. That was damn good right there, bud. Stay centered, but you want to, that last swing was money right there. You got, it was money. You just got to get the hands more lefty and through it. More over here, like over here faster. Like everything is you go that way, not back this way. Left. There we go. Boom. Straighten it out. Isn't that fun? Watch what happens when I come from the inside too much and I hit this shot, right? Yeah, I mean, it just has that big old...
Like a skinny divot, because the only part that's taking the divot is this half of the club, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you saw that club didn't get all the way in the ground there? Yeah. Like, look at it. The little...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So watch, here we go. Here's the way I want you to do it, right? See how it's the exact same shot you just hit twice in a row?
I got that shot.
You got that shot. Look at the div. Look at the div.
Beautiful setup. Let me show you that shot.
Show me that shot. So pure. It's fun. So we're just getting the path controlled, right? That's what basically is happening right now for the viewer. We're you know, his club's hands were dropping. He was then having to release the club a little early this way from the inside. He'd actually hit towards the heel, but still draw the golf ball because he was going inside around the ball. Now we're just getting the hands more out in front of him and exiting through the golf ball. Keeps his... See, I don't mind that miss at all. So he just hit a real, you know, it was a little thin, but it was dead straight spin. You know, just low point was actually, if anything, too far past the ball, which is why that one was missed, which is fine for us. We're much rather see that than have the low point be back behind it. Whenever the low point's behind it, you know this, Jimmy, club face gets lost also. So it's like chunk, thin, both possibilities. And then that loss of club face angle, which can turn into overdraws and even outright. So yeah, absolutely.
When I don't release the club, it goes way right.
That's exactly right. Oh, dude, how good is that right there? I mean,
That was flagged.
That was absolutely flagged. That made a long day a lot more enjoyable right there, bud. That was pure.
Yeah, they all feel like way more compressed.
Oh, just so much better.
More ball flight control.
I just don't like, I get so used to, you know, watching, like right here, right? Watch the club. It just crawls, it should be still above the hands, 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 above the hands. And then it releases, right? Where it just, you know, just gets here and then even with a good swing, it just kind of gets below the hands early.
Yeah.
And it comes in here and just.
Yeah, that's why, because when I watch videos, I see the club, you know, intersecting the forearm.
It looks good, right?
Until that next frame where the club head is down here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what it was.
Angle of attack just didn't maintain because the hands didn't stay in front of the body. They just kind of would drop behind.
Right.
Yeah. So much better though, Jimmy. I'd rather see that all day, bud.
Right.
Wasn't it perfect? But that was
pulled it. That thing's going left too.
right.
You
And
know,
see how the wind was coming out of the left and it's or out of the right, and it was just holding its line, trying almost if anything to just get back into it.
I really tried to go left.
I know, it's good. That was really good, dude. Very good with the good shots and still okay with the misses. So much better. You know, what I like, though, is all the misses have been the exact same. They've all been the little bit of a groove low, still low point in front of the golf ball. Ball, even if it's pulled, is going dead straight with no extra draw. No misses have gone hard left. It's nice, buddy. It's good. I don't mind that at all. Just a matter of just getting more on top of it. Driver was more setting up to middle of stance, squaring up, making sure feet, shoulders were more square. Right. Chipping was making sure that the ball position, the narrow stance, the weight distribution, and then the big thing, keeping the draw, keeping it more of a draw-esque motion. For you, that was good because it was getting just two versus toe down, tiny draw.
To start, it feels like it's kind of coming inside, but it's actually
For sure,
not.
it's not. It's just following your body's rotation. You've done such a good job for so long of not letting the club get back behind you.
Yeah.
These are all so much better though, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's real tight.
Dude, you and like, hey, both of you right now, like, y'all should go play like 5 holes and see if you guys can go 10 under real quick, okay? I mean, seriously, like, it's crazy. I was looking over at him. He's like sitting back there kind of nodding his head to himself. I'm like, dude, that was straight. I saw it too. And then I looked at you and I'm like, dude, these guys are flagging it right now. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel real good.
Oh, it makes us feel good. You know?
Yeah, it's
You
good
take care
stuff.
of us.
I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you. Is there anything else you have any questions on, or anything that you feel like you need to, that we didn't cover?
Tighten up wedges, like in terms of the motion, like from here to yellow flag, or like 50 yarders in terms of, you know, not getting too like that.
I think the big thing is that same path. Hit a couple like that with that.
Just a couple.
Because
like
I think
40 yarders.
yeah, because you want to feel that same exact path that we just had right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, just try to feel the same thing as what we just.
I was gonna say, this is nothing gonna change there.
Yeah, I was wondering if.
Hoping that would be that way. That was
Yeah.
really good right there. What's funny is probably could have worked on wedges first and it would have translated to what his swing was anyways. We've learned that all day.
It's just a mini swing, right?
Yeah.
In terms of setup.
Yeah, there's nothing there. That's our money.
Yeah.
Super saucy. Super saucy.
Way better than what I've been doing, I'll tell you that.
Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Any questions or comments you have, please leave them below. Also, click the link below to pick up 3 free videos. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy our channel.